Okay, folks, looks like the weather, the air is a bit clearer today, just, with all the bushfires that we've been having in New South Wales, in Australia. Yeah, so that looks a lot better today, but it normally gets fairly hazy or very extremely hazy late in the afternoon, or fairly late. Yeah. Let's see what we can do with this one that we're working on. Gonna leave it at 100. This photocopier's got mechanical noises you can probably hear while I'm just setting this silly thing up. I'm going to leave some of the black out, or maybe we're just going to go with the black as we normally do. I think that's what we need, the settings. What do we got to demo with? Normally I lay these out on the bed before I start. I forgot to do that, so we're just going to try and show it to you folks, so just bear with me. So this is the front of the item. It's not easy, I don't have enough room, but you can see it's a t-shirt. It's a lovely looking t-shirt with number 18 printed on it. We're interested in the back of the shirt, so we're just going to turn it over and show you some of the patterns on, or the image on the back of the shirt. So that's the back. We're interested in somewhere there, like maybe that pattern stuff. So we're just going to use both hands. Sorry about the bad camera work once again, as I often have this problem. I'm actually thinking we're going to reduce it from A3 to A4 to get the whole lot in. So I'm just line that out on the glass like so, nice and flat. It should work, it should lend itself well because it's not something that scrunches as easy as most garments do that I often demo with. So this might be a real nice easy demo, hopefully, for a change. Stabilizing image, please wait. Okay, out it comes, and yeah, that looks really quite interesting. Don't know if I like what I see here. Wondering what I can do to make this look better. It's a difficult one, folks. Wondering where most of the action is on this shirt. Maybe I might have to pull it down a little bit or pull it across. Oops, oh no, it's not covering the vent holes. That's good. We don't want the vent holes on this photocopier to ever be covered by any cloth or anything for that matter. So we don't want the machine to overheat and I end up incurring a due in charge call, which means I have to pay for the call. It's not covered under a service agreement if you or the person who has the machine fucks it up. So you've got to be careful, folks, when you're dealing with your photocopier equipment. You've got to make sure you don't fuck it up. So you've got to make sure you don't have to call service and say, oh look, I fucked up my photocopier. And then of course you have to pay for the service agreement, service call. Service agreement doesn't cover at fault call outs. Sorry to say, folks. That's the problem with experimenting with photocopiers when you get really, really ambitious, is the possibility of a due in charge call. That's the thing that, I love to, now we're just above the vent holes. I love to experiment, but I've got to be careful. So yeah. Fortunately, I don't do acrobatic things with my photocopier, like trying to perch yourself up on there, sit on it, because sitting on the photocopier, the machine isn't able to support your weight. They make them, I do believe they make them out of flimsy materials, so if you try and sit on it, chances are it's going to collapse, and then you'll fuck up your whole machine, and then you'll have to pay for a fucking, no service call's going to help you there. No service call's going to help you when your photocopier gets destroyed physically like that. So you got to think, folks, before you do. So I'm going to just alter the size. We're going to make the horizontal's going to be 100, and the vertical is going to be at that size. Or maybe we'll make it 80. But basically, yeah, you just have to be careful what you do with your photocopier. I try to keep my experiments fairly safe these days. But basically, it's easy to fuck something up with a photocopier, it is, folks. Let's see how this enlargement, or should I say this, this size we've selected is any good. It looks quite nice now. But basically, yeah, you got to take good care of your equipment, folks, as much as you can. You don't want to get too, as I said, ambitious. It's good to be ambitious, but you got to hold it within reason. But yeah, covering up the ventilation holes is just something I try to avoid as much as I can when dealing with large pieces like fabric. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will, folks. I'm wondering where the centre of this job really is going to be. I was thinking we're going to make that the centre of the job, but I'm actually thinking it's a difficult one, this piece. It's colourful and all that. It's got a nice pattern, but it's just not an easy piece to make into a really nice mirror image. So I'm wondering if we're going to make that the centre of the job and see how it looks when we piece it together. But basically, yeah, you just, yeah. Hang on, I know what I forgot, folks. I know what I forgot. I'm pretty sure I forgot it. I forgot the mirror image, folks. Just bear with me. Got it. It's difficult trying to work with this sort of material, but it looks good when you're finished with it. Or it does often look good. We'll see if this one looks any good when we finally put it together. So, but basically, yeah, you just got to be careful with your photocopier. You just got to be careful. But yeah, you can't sit on it, folks. I do think that the machines they make, it's not just the platen glass that can break, the whole machine can break. I knew of someone who knew someone who sat on a photocopier in a school, and he broke the whole photocopier apparently collapsed. So there you have it. There is proof that these machines are not to be sat on. Anyway, that's come up really, really nice. That's really, really good. I'm happy with that result. I think now we can definitely call this demo quits.